Alright, so I'm back with new videos this week, and I am feeling much better, but I'm still feeling a little tired. I'm feeling bloated because I have my periods and I had back pain, but today it's fine. So let's hope for a much better week health-wise so that I can make 3 videos, or you have to bear with only 2 videos.
Always stuck in my head, you know I can't forget it. I try to move on, but you're the one that I dream about. I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue.
Hello everyone, this is Cal your pal, and today I have got a video where I'm gonna talk about what has changed in couple relationships in the last decade or so, you know, old times versus new times, and just give you a little perspective. So yes, this is an unscripted video, so I just thought about it like a couple of hours back. So yeah, so just bear with me, like, you know, it might be a hodgepodge and there are no points as such, though I will be sticking to a few points which will come to my mind. Alright, so before I begin this video, I just want to say that I hope you all have an amazing week, and very important, please press the notification bell because I think it happens that when my video is uploaded, you can't see it in the feed because of the algorithms. So please press the notification bell so that you are notified. You might get an email, or you'll yeah, I think you'll get an email. Look at me, I only don't know. This is my job, I'm supposed to know. So yeah, you'll come to know when my video is uploaded. Alright, so that you don't miss any videos from me. And I just want to say thank you to all these new subscribers who are subscribing every day, who are discovering my channel, who are commenting on my videos, and I just want to say thank you. I'm so grateful for all of you. Alright, so let's begin today's video. Now let's talk about, firstly, love marriages, dating. Okay, what was different a few years back? Okay, I might talk this mainly about India. Okay, I might say, you know, like Asian countries, we have very much similar dynamics. I'm sure it is different in the West, like people were dating a few years back. Also, arranged marriages was not something which is very common there a few decades back. Now in India, or you know, say Asian countries, it is a little different. So I'm gonna say, just go back to your parents' young days, you know, like, okay guys, you might hear in between someone talking. It's the renovation which is going on of the society right in front of our society. So hence they are like communicating upar se niche, you know, like those workers, construction workers are. So that's why the noise. Okay, I can't really control. I can't say I'm shooting the video and just shut up. Okay. So coming back to the video, just go back to your parents' younger days, and how many of your parents have actually had a love marriage, or how many of your parents had an arranged marriage? Did you ever ask your parents if they actually dated someone? Did they have someone? Did they have a heartbreak? You know, so earlier arranged marriages were very much common. You know, that's how people would meet up, and love marriage was something which was very rare those days. And you know, like even now, of course, you know, caste and religion and all those things are given importance when you are getting married, but I think in those days it was given so much more of an importance. And I do remember, like, you know, when I was growing up, and if you see the movies also, it sort of, you know, some of them do reflect the society. And like when I was growing up in the 90s, I saw movies which were like, whenever there was a love situation, you know, like either these actors would run away from their families and they would have this fantasy small house, which is so impractical. But you know, they just wanted to give us hope probably, and you know, either they would die or their parents would agree finally and say yes, fine, we understand your love. And you know, there was this either there was some family issues due to the hierarchy, that you know, a rich guy and poor girl, or different dushmani kind of. So this was actually true in reality also. Like I heard from, you know, my parents and those uncle aunties talking, their family, you know, family friends talking that, oh, this person, she ran away because she was in love with someone from the girl was from a higher family, Brahmin family, and the guy was from Dalit family, and they ran away because their parents were of course not ready for the marriage. And yeah, so they had a love marriage. And well, now here no one considered the guy was educated. He was probably at a manager position, maybe in a bank or whatever, an office, and they both worked together. And maybe she was not that qualified, she was working a small job. No one considered that, you know, that she is getting much qualified guy. But the only thing they bothered was about the caste. Okay, now before that, if you say, like, if I ask my parents, and during those times there were some people who were just opposed to love marriage. The very fact that their girl especially, or their son, like their daughter or son, has actually chosen to love someone, okay, to take a decision as an adult to actually get married to someone they have chosen, and they since they are, you know, her or his parents, and they did not get that chance to find someone for them because they think that they know much better. And the kids, even though they are adults, you know, after 18 you can vote, but you cannot choose a partner to marry. They cannot choose someone who's compatible. Or they marriages were not about, you know, love and compatibility. Even now sometimes people don't really bother about that. Earlier days, so forget it. So just the thing about the family is opposed to love marriage. Their kids cannot decide to find someone to marry. I know, bizarre, right? So that was the thing. Then of course there were definitely people who did get married in spite of all odds. You know, I know people, my ex's parents, or my friends' parents, or my own parents, and you know, there are people who did, because whatever it is, olden times or kuch bhi ho, there will always be those rebellious ones. There will always be people who will fall in love and who will take risks. Yeah, so you know, even during those times. But of course arranged marriage was more of a norm. Like, you know, people knew that you have to get married at a certain age. And we will not go the 1890s or, you know, pre-independence era, because I am sure the condition of women during those times was really bad. Okay, young women used to get married like bahut jaldi. They did not really have a say. Okay, if you read books of Munshi Premchand and our Indian literature during those times, even Manto, and you know, other, I don't really know much about Indian literature, but I would like to read more. But I know that the conditions of women during those times are not that great, so we are not going to go that backward. But you know, like our parents' generation, and maybe even our dada dadis, I'm sure there were a lot of, like my mom's Dadi, she got married at a young age. That's what my mom told me. So it used to happen. So that's why I'm not going to go into that much detail, because I'll need more research and I'll need to talk to more people. I've not even met my grandparents. Okay, they are not alive. They died long back. Like, I think when my parents were kids, just were really young themselves. So yeah. So coming back to this thing about marriages and even dating, I think a lot of people were scared to even do that, you know. Like, the thing was, कि आप थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ाई कर रहे हो, then maybe doing a job, and then getting married was the thing. A lot of people might not be really they might be scared to date, and growing up I actually thought that no, I'm not ever going to fall in love, because somehow around me and even in movies, and everyone used to say that it's a bad thing. Why are these women running away? And I did not understand that how can they actually stay away from their own families and parents and do something against their wishes. But yeah, of course I used to have crushes since a young age, and of course I did not tell anyone. But me being a Taurus woman, and like Venus ruled, I'm definitely very romantic, and I started having crushes a lot in my teens, and of course I dated a couple of guys, and then I had relationships, so I did fall in love. I mean, what I told when I was young, that I will never have a love marriage, that was stupid. But this is what you just actually think about it, and you form your opinions based on what you see, what you hear, what you hear your parents talk, or what you see in front of your eyes ki, oh, ye ho raha hai, like with the people who actually fall in love, this is what happens, so it's a bad thing. And that's what I'm sure like people from the 90s or 80s might have gone through. Like I don't know why dating was not considered a normal thing, okay? And even like when it comes to my sister or other people who were a little older to me, and I did see like I lived in a very small place, so I don't know if someone living in town side might be someone from a little affluent family, it might be different. But for a normal middle class, upper middle class family or lower middle class, I think this is what was the thing. Like people used to actually tell your parents that they saw you with some guy, and yeah, this was the thing, like they were already, I feel like didn't they have any work, like koi na koi kahin se dekh leta tha, or either these people like my sister or the people were actually stupid enough to stand and maybe flirt or be seen around our ghar ka area, or it's very sad because my sister actually studied in a school which was just like not even 5 minutes, 2 minutes away from my place. So it's very sad. Like my school was somewhere really far away in the west. We used to stay in the east, so I could if I wanted I could date or whatever. So yeah, like like I'm sure, I don't know in the west how it was, but for us, like I was very small, but that generation, like I'm saying 80s 90s also, when you're young, it was not considered normal to date, okay? It was like, no, you're like having crushes or liking someone or even dating, it's actually a normal thing. Like when I finally started understanding things, or now as an adult, I would be fine with it. And I'm sure if I were to be, if I was a parent now, which is quite normal, people in their 30s are supposed to be parents, but I am not. So I don't think so that's gonna be, maybe it might not happen in this lifetime, but I'm just saying that people of my age might be fine with that thing. But while growing up, or during our parents' time, it was not the case. People did not think about dating as a normal thing. Now this is, I don't know, ye soch ki baat hai. This was about mentality, and it's very sad that love is not seen as something normal, and it's seen something as being rebellious. I don't know from where this comes from. It can be maybe coming from a patriarchal society. It can be coming from the fact that we really give marriage a very sacred place. We don't see it as two individuals coming together to spend time with each other, spend their lives with each other, and because they want to spend time with each other, and because they love each other, or they are compatible with each other. I think for a long time, even now sometimes I feel marriage is seen as 7 janmon ka bandhan, and something which is done to procreate, to have kids. You need that thappa, to have sex. And imagine, that's really sad actually. If you see earlier, if dating was frowned upon, it was also because I think they automatically thought about premarital sex. Okay, it was frowned upon. And now, of course, our generation, or you people who are probably younger in their 20s and all, premarital sex is not completely considered as a taboo. I mean, a lot of parents do talk about it. We have sex education in school, okay? A lot of parents do discuss about safe sex, and sometimes, and a lot of us might be having sex, but not just telling our parents, but they know. We don't discuss it openly, but it is happening, and it has happened while growing up and stuff. But we just did not really discuss it in depth. You know what I'm trying to say. So it is considered fine, but we just don't want to discuss it. There are much more cooler parents who do discuss. Okay, they are fine with it, and it's not about ki ladka, ladkiyon ke saath hi, like parents, like mom might be discussing with their sons, or with their daughters. Even dads might be much cooler. That is not the case at my place. So I'm sure like my mom is much cooler about it. Like, she's known when I have stayed with my BFs, but I can't say that the same about my dad. Now that's because of the generation gap. Okay, we have a lot of generation gap, and he comes from a different era. Okay, and it's really sad because I feel a lot of it is because of hypocrisy. I feel accepting things for the way it is, and like accepting people's choices, that should be how it is. But I think he comes from that kind of era, so I can't really change that. So it's better I don't really discuss relationships and all that stuff. And I will say that he is slightly patriarchal at times, but not in every way. Okay, now this is what I wanted to talk about. So we have discussed about, yes, marriages, love marriages, dating, premarital sex. Okay, now coming to the couple relationships and dynamics which have changed. Earlier, a lot of young women knew that, okay, fine, they'll get educated, they'll do this small course, maybe become a teacher, and they might continue working half a day, but they are supposed to manage the home too. Okay, first of all, they are supposed to get married. Okay, that was a given कि शादी तो करनी है, ऐसा कोई choice नहीं है. Okay, now arranged marriage most of the time, ठीक है, love marriage भी होगी तो ठीक है, same religion में होना चाहिए first of all. Okay, same caste नहीं है तो ठीक है, maybe adjust कर लेंगे. हाँ, वो सब ठीक है. But I think in their early 20s only people used to get married. And my mom, I think, I don't know, when did she get married? I don't remember. But of course, when you don't have your parents, it's different. When your parents are not alive. But I'm just saying that if your parents are there, they will insist on getting married. कि उम्र होती जा रही है, शादी कर लो, पढ़ाई हो गई है, job है, you have to get married. A lot of times when you are getting married, you're supposed to, in arranged marriages especially, even now I think, the whole thing comes upon the woman has to adjust. Okay, if they say it's okay to work, then she can work. Like for example, a teacher's job is something which is just half a day, so it's fine. सुबह उठ के वो सब बना के जाएगी, then she'll come back, she'll make lunch, and the whole day of course she can manage the home, she can manage the kids homework, जो भी बाकी चीज़ें हैं. So basically उसका घर में और बाहर भी, she'll get some money. And if the in-laws or her would-be husband says that she can't work, then she has to quit her job, and she has to be fine with it, especially if her parents feel that लड़का अच्छा है, कमाई अच्छी है, तुझे काम करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, हमारे कम्युनिटी में ही इज ऑल्सो लाइक वेरी वेल रिस्पेक्टेड. इतना अच्छा रिश्ता हाथ से नहीं जाना चाहिए. एंड यू नो women have to adjust, you know, those kind of things. And anyway, you know, if you give too much time for your job, और अभी और जॉब करके और क्या होने वाला है, क्या बड़ा उखाड़ लोगे, something like that. You know, after marriage anyway, you should actually focus on house and kids and stuff. So this was a given thing, and a lot of times I feel earlier women did not say something. Sometimes they might have even remained in bad marriages, okay, and this was ingrained in their mind ki women have to adjust. This is how marriage is. Marriage means compromise, and most of the time औरतों को ही करना पड़ता है. बच्चे हो गए, oh my god, how can I even think about leaving my husband even if I'm not happy? It's okay. I cannot even think about how they must be in the bedroom if they were ever, like, you know, getting raped. Did marital rape. Even now in this century also, like, no one is ready to talk about it. No one is ready to discuss it. There is no law for marital rape, so I won't even get into it. Now, coming to this generation, or in the last, you can say, couple of years, a decade, what has changed is women are getting educated more and more. Education is seen as a way to change their circumstances. Even in slums, even in lower income groups, women are taught, or even their families, a lot of them look at even their girl child, you know, they think कि educated, पढ़ाई लिखाई करेंगे, कुछ job मिल जाएगा, and you know, she will become independent, she will also get money at home, and somehow our circumstances will also change. This is what people think, okay. Even the girls, they also know कि मुझे पढ़ाई करनी है, because this is the only way I can change my circumstances and, you know, like, start working side by side. Even while studying in college and all, they start working. Some of them even help their parents while they are studying in school also, घर पे से, या फिर, you know, कुछ सब्जी मंडी में अगर काम कर रहे हैं उनके डैडी, तो वहाँ पे जाके, या कुछ छोटा मोटा बेचने के बारे में, या, you know, working from home. Just they are so mature कि पहले से उनको पता है कि they are going to try and change the circumstances by education, by working. So yes, a lot of women are getting educated, they are getting more qualified, they are going out and working, they are working at different timings also. Like, it's not just a 9 to 5 job, it's not just a half day, it's not just in a particular sector, like only teacher, yeah, only like chota mota job. No, they are even choosing professions which was a more male dominated industry, and now it is like they want to do these jobs, and they are supported by their families also a lot of times, and that is what has changed, okay. So when you are educated, when you go out more, okay, even while interacting with your friends, you meet different people from all walks of life. There are people who are actually traveling, who are taking 1 year off and traveling, backpacking through Europe and stuff, you know, because their parents are, I'm sure, like, worked, and they are like, हाँ ठीक है, you know, इतना investment करके रखा है, so they can take a trip on their own. They are either paying for the trip themselves, or they are taking money from their parents, या जो भी है, no, like, exposing themselves. The exposure is more of the outside world, okay. We also have social media, we have the World Wide Web, so we have international shows, we have you know, a lot of you can say options when it comes to Netflix, TV shows, what else on TV, and, you know, we are exposed more to even the Western culture, and we can still identify with it because we can understand that content. We are talking more to our peers about it. When we work, you know, you form opinions, you know, because you're exposed more to the outside environment, you talk more, you interact more, you're absorbing so much information. Okay, so we are, of course, more experienced, we are more refined, we have opinions, because we are stepping out of the houses also, or even at home you have so much to absorb from the shows, from the internet, from social media. We are interacting, we are forming opinions, we are researching. There's so much to absorb, right? So this was not the case a few decades back, or in our parents' generation, or before that also, because a lot of women were not really exposed to so much, in the outside world, and sometimes they had to even quit their jobs because they sometimes, I don't know, some might have done it voluntarily, or some might have done because their parents said, because their in-laws said, because their husband said, or they decided they can't because they have to take care of the children, and now that has changed, right? The marriageable age has changed, right? There are a lot of women like some of my friends who are much older than me, and they are like 4 years older, 3 years older, and they are still not married, because either they are focusing on their careers, because they have not found someone who's compatible, and their parents also fine with it. They don't want कि यार कुएं में ढकेल दो लड़की को या लड़के को, they don't want their kids to end up in a bad marriage. Have you seen the divorce rates? Now, why is again now coming to the topic of divorce also? Because sometimes you just fall in love and you just take decisions quickly, and you are not compatible, or sometimes people change over a course of years. A lot of things can actually make the person change. Okay, your financial progress can make people change. People have a lot of egos. They are look at exploring things, looking at things might change. One of them or both of them don't really want to step back. They're constantly arguing. They don't want to make adjustments. The man feels that the woman has to stay with the kids more, because that's how it is supposed to be. That's how he has seen his mom, sacrificing her job for the family, or taking care of them, the kids. Or a few years back, if you have to take care of my parents, you have to quit your job. Now, if a woman is really struggled away, struggled so much, and she's really worked her ass off to reach a certain position, she will think twice before doing that. Okay, she would be like, if we can afford help, like probably someone to take care of her in-laws, she would suggest that. And the man might be like, no, I want you to quit your job and do it. Would he be willing to do the same, like quit his job and take care of his parents, and she can bring the money home? So all these dynamics have changed, but still I feel the women have kind of moved ahead with the times more than the boys, because they are still like, they are still some of them are still immature, because they are not really living on their own, or they have not lived on their own, and they get a lot of pampering from their mom, and they expect the wives or girlfriends to behave the same way as their mom. Now, on the other hand, I would say that sometimes even women are at fault. Like, we say we are feminists and we believe in equality and stuff, but if you are not taking care of the bills equally, if you are not contributing completely to the financial investments or whatever loans you have taken, basically financial situation at home, you're still like, no, I believe in equality, then that's wrong. Would you be fine, if you're a successful woman, and would you be fine with having a guy who decides to quit his job maybe, and because you have two kids, and you're not really interested in taking care of the house and stuff, and you're earning enough, like you're at a very good position, CEO or something, and the husband, after a point he says that, I think our kids need more time, and we are not being able to do that, and I feel I should quit my job, and I like doing whatever ghar ka kaam and stuff, and you don't really enjoy that, and I want to give more time to our kids, and I don't want you to quit your job because you're doing so well and you love your job. Would you be fine with that? If your answer is no, then you have to really understand why. Like maybe, okay, if you know, he can maybe work from home, he can discover some new hobby, but the main point is that he is willing to quit his job to actually take care of the house and of his growing kids and manage everything, and so that you don't have to worry. Like if I was that much financially so much stable, honestly, I would love to have a husband who's like that. I wouldn't mind, because I think I have that much confidence in myself, and I don't really care about what the people say or what my parents will say or the society will say. So yeah, these things, you know, the dynamics are changing, honestly. Then people, like I said, marriageable age is changing. A lot of them are focused on their careers. Earlier it was like given कि शादी हो गई तो बच्चे तो होने ही है, वरना लोग बातें करेंगे and all that. Now it's like different. Now it's like it's your choice. Like a lot of people are considering adoption even when they are single, because they are like financially good, stable, and they have not really found someone compatible. So they are like, I want to be a mother, or I want to be a father, so I'll consider adoption, or I'll consider surrogacy. Yeah, I'll just sponsor a few kids ka education. They are willing to do that. Earlier it was all about कि family क्या बोलेगी, you know, joint family system में रहते थे. अभी तो it's more of nuclear family. Society क्या बोलेगी. People are taking more decisions on their own, right? So all these dynamics are also changing about marriage and relationships and kids and all that. I think even about live-in relationships, I think it is not really completely common, but it is happening. I feel like वो छुप के हो रहा है, तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स को नहीं पता है, या फिर one of your parent knows, या लड़के के पेरेंट्स को पता है, but it is happening, and it is happening because I don't know whether we are looking at the West and that's why we are doing, or we want to do it, you know, and it's fine if both of them are earning really well. And especially I think it happens when you are living in another city, you know, due to work. Yeah, you're living in another country, and I think it's a good thing, even financially. I feel sharing all the expenses together, and of course you get to know each other and you start living with each other. It's completely different, and I think it's a good move. I don't know, I'm not really completely convinced about it, but who knows, if I live in LA and maybe it might happen. But somehow I'm a little old-fashioned when it comes to dating and relationships, and you know, I would like to go the traditional way with dating, courtship, commitment, and then proposal, engagement, marriage. That's it. So the only thing not traditional about me is about not having kids. Most probably 99% I do feel about adoption. I've said this, but I'm not sure, because it's not that you just have a kid and you're like, हाँ हो गया अभी काम तो तभी बढ़ता है ना, once you get the kid home. Even if it's adoption, it's the same. It's just that it's not come out of your womb. That's all. बाकी सब तो काम रहेगा. Diaper change करो, उसको पढ़ाओ, लिखाओ. What about all that money? So yeah. So I just wanted to, like, you know, sort of just discuss about what has changed in this whole dynamics, you know, about marriage and couples and relationships and kids. Things are different, like, you know. That's why there are a lot of singles in this world these days, and it is due to all these factors which has changed. And I don't think so people look at, you know, somehow society is kind of accepting. Your parents might be accepting this fact that हाँ ये चीज़ें हैं, हालांकि our parents might not understand. Like, the reason I tell my parents that I am not dating, because first of all, mera cheese now it's different, but last couple of years also, it's because I don't like anyone, and when I like, I always end up finding douchebags. Like people who don't want to commit, or people who are not looking for serious relationships. And our parents don't understand that, because unke time pe people were really very much, you know, sincere, a lot of honesty was there, and now it's not like that. Like there are people who are just fine with just chilling and hanging out. You know that word people use, especially men. Let's hang out, and let's see. There are commitment phobic people a lot, and I'm fine with people who are, you know, quite open about it. Fine, you know, this is who I am. But for people who try to manipulate, you know, people who want relationships, that is wrong. Like, if you want just to hang out and fuck around, that's your lifestyle, that's fine. Do not try to manipulate women or men who want to have a normal serious relationship, you know, like looking forward to doing it the old-fashioned way. That's all I would say. Alright guys, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please comment below and let me know what do you think about the dynamics which has changed about relationships and marriage and kids. Do let me know what are your thoughts and what kind of a person are you when it comes to your opinion about, you know, relationships and marriage and kids. I would love to know and read your comments. I'll reply definitely. And please share this video with your friends, and please subscribe if you're liking my channel, my videos. And I'm really sorry that this video is a little long, but वो topic ही वैसा था, so it had to be. Okay, watch it when you're free, sit with a nice popcorn and आराम से जैसे movie देखते हैं. ठीक है? Thank you to all my subscribers, and if you want to check out my last video, it's somewhere here. Until next time, it's bye from me. Take care.
I sit alone in my room, drawing up pictures of blue skies.